disease. Years of drug abuse had taken everything from me. My family, friends, money, jobs. In desperation, I decided to take my own life. I swallowed a bottle of pills and went to sleep. But God had other plans. When I woke up a few days later, I was surrounded with a bunch of Christians that I hardly knew. Over the next year, as they poured into me, they served me, they taught me, they fought with me, they fed me, they led me, and they loved me. I'm here today, just over 15 months later, after being dead, and only because they loved me like Jesus. Out of gratitude for what Jesus did for me through the lives of them, I will not die, but live, serving, praying, helping, feeding, and loving the least of these.
Then the king will say to those on his right, "Come, you've been blessed by my Father, and inherit the kingdom prepared for you from the foundation of the world. For I was hungry, you gave me something to eat. I was thirsty, you gave me something to drink. I was a stranger, and you welcomed me. I was naked, and you clothed me. I was sick, and you took care of me. I was in prison, and you visited me." And the righteous will say to him, "Lord, when did we see you hungry and give you something to eat, or thirsty and give you something to drink? When did we see you a stranger and welcome you, or naked and clothe you? When did we see you sick or in prison and visit you?" And the king will answer them, "Truly I tell you, and that whatever you've done to the least of these, you've done to me." If you want to be where Jesus is, then you gotta go where Jesus goes. And you gotta do what Jesus did. Go to the places where there are people hurting and love them like Jesus. In our church back at home, we wear these bracelets. I'm not 15 years old, and I don't like to wear any kind of weird things like this. But the reason why I wear this is because somebody in our church came up with the idea that as Christians, we're supposed to be on mission and never forget that God puts people in our lives to share His love with. And so every Sunday, we give these out to remind the church, you've been sent. You're the missionaries that God is sending out there into the world. And I cannot tell you how many times a week I look at this thing when I want to walk past somebody and go, man, this is a God moment. Jesus is right here, right now, and this simply reminds me. You see, C.S. Lewis said it like this. C.S. Lewis said that as Christians, you are spiritual paratroopers. That God has dropped you behind enemy lines. And wherever your feet land, the war begins right there. And every life you touch, every soul you save, is another prisoner of war, won back to our Father's kingdom. You want to change the world? Ask God to give you a passion for those that are in need. Give you eyes to see those that are in need. They're everywhere. Maybe it's a family member, a co-worker, a classmate, a friend. And if you don't see them there, take a walk through the subway someday. You want to be a part of a miracle? Don't walk past next time. Ask God to use you as His hands, His feet, His love to someone. We're going to partake of communion as you can go. Thank you. Let's give them a hand. The elders are going to come on up and they're going to hand out the elements in a moment to you as you come up for communion. But before we take communion today, before you just come on up and charge the table, I want you to slow down for a second. And I want you to hear the words of the song that they're going to sing. If you can play it through one time, and then in a few minutes come on up to receive it. But I want you to understand, like sometimes we over-spiritualize things that Jesus taught, And in doing so, we turn it into hocus pocus instead of the power in which he first spoke. The Last Supper, the power behind the Last Supper is simply this. Before they ever shared that meal together, John tells us Jesus showed the full extent of his love. The full extent of his love. He got on his hands and his knees. God Almighty. God Almighty. Got on his hands and knees. He washed filthy sinners' feet. And then when he sat there around his table, he said, Remember what I've done for you. Remember, I'm God Almighty, and I got on my knees and I washed your feet. So whenever you eat this bread, and whenever you drink this cup, remember, as I have come to serve you, you go and serve them. That's the power behind it. And if we let the weight of that carry on our hearts, oh man, I'll tell you what, this table becomes something so beautiful and so precious and something that I never forget the rest of the week. I'll remember it tomorrow with Cheerios and coffee. And as I break that bread and drink that cup, I'll remember. And I'll remember when I'm drinking soda and Doritos, his body which was broken, his blood which was shed for me. God came down and served me. And so as we hear this song, let the words minister to your heart, and then you can start your elders.
I know they're empty, but with you they can be used for beauty in your perfect plan. All I am is yours. Take these feet, I know they stumble, but you